In this lesson, we're going to learn how to overload the addition operator. And overloading just means that we're going to redefine what would be considered left and right operands to apply to the plus sign, or the addition operator. So to demonstrate this, I've created a very simple class called minutes that keeps track of the number of minutes of whatever you want to keep track of. So here you see that we've got a one data member minute, one constructor, and one get method or get function to return the minute from the minutes object. And so here I've created two minutes objects, and what I want to do is I want to be able to write cout m1 plus m2. Well, obviously if I try to do that now, I'm going to get an error, a serious error, saying there's no match for the operator plus for minutes and minutes. So what I have to do is I have to overload the plus operator so that it'll work for that. And let me demonstrate how we do that. Overloading is much like writing a function. I'll start off by writing int because I want this to return an integer value of minutes. Then we write the operator plus, indicating that that's the operator that we're overloading. And then my two arguments are a reference to an m1 or a minutes object and a reference to another minutes object. And we send those as references in case the object is large. So I'll do this a little bit of the long way. And we're going to call getMinute and store that in sum. And then we're going to say sum plus equal m2 getMinute. And then we're going to return the sum. So as you can see, this is very simple. Let's run the code and make sure that it works. And it does. There's my answer is 25. So m1 is 12 and m2 is 13. So 12 plus 13 is 25. So it works. So let's look again at what we did. Really all we did was we said the return type. We said we're overloading the plus operator, so that's kind of like our function name. Our parameters are two minutes objects, a reference m1 and a reference to m2. Then we simply compute the sum by creating a variable, storing the first m1's minutes in that sum, and then adding to that the minutes from m2. Return the sum as if it's a function return, because in a way that's what that is. And we then use it in our code. And of course understand that it hasn't changed the main meaning of plus, so we can still say 1 plus 2 just like we always would to get 3. And so that's really the essence of overloading the plus operator. You simply have to understand what it is you're trying to add together and then work that into a more traditional addition situation, in this case, by getting a minute out of one object and another object and adding them together and then returning that sum. And that's how you overload the plus operator.